I know I'm late. Shit. And I'll be getting started in about, give me like 1 minute. I'll be getting started like in 1 minute. Y'all be wanting to hear this music any goddamn way. So listen to the music for 1 more minute and we get started. Alright, what's up? Yeah. The Grammy 2025 recap. Thank y'all again for joining. Thank y'all for joining. We talked about a Kendrick last night from the garage. Now I want to do a more comprehensive Grammy recap. And I want to start this off by saying, like I say all the time, my stance has not changed. I don't give a fuck about the Grammys. The Grammys are, for the most part, a DEI celebration of black music. Because all of the music celebrated during the Grammys is black. But that's DEI time, generally, time to hand out all of the awards for everybody doing our music that's not us. And every now and again, they get a few categories right. So I want to start off by, one thing about us as black people, we're very emotional. And the first thing you'll get niggas saying, oh, the Grammys is back. The Grammys respect us. Let me tell y'all something. The Grammys still don't give a fuck about us, all right? All right? But with that being said, yesterday's show was at the Grammys was significant. And let me tell you why it's significant before we go into the winners and losers and all that good stuff. The reason why it's significant is because the masses care about the Grammys. The masses care. And the Grammys are what they use to validate music. This is something for the mainstream, for the industry. And the Grammys generally point you in the direction the industry is headed. And I gotta salute again Harvey Mason Jr. since he's been the president, since he's taken over the Grammys, they have gotten a lot better with their nominations and their wins. They've gotten a lot better. Salute to Harvey Mason Jr. If you don't know who Harvey Mason Jr. is, you definitely don't know who his father is. He's the CEO of the Recording Academy. Here's Harvey. Let me show you a picture of Harvey Mason Jr. His drummer, his dad is one of the, oh, this is Chris Brown one, huh? Here it is. Sorry about that. This is Harvey Mason Jr. Since he's taken over as CEO of the Recording Academy, I've noticed a shift. I've noticed the Grammys have been more open. They've been more accurate in a lot of ways. They've been more accurate in a lot of ways. Harvey Mason Jr. is, of course, son of the great legendary drummer Harvey Mason. I went and saw Harvey Mason he was playing the Hollywood Bowl this past summer with Herbie Hancock. If you want to know, here's some of the songs Harvey Mason played on. This song right here by Herbie Hancock. This is Harvey Mason on drums. He's played on songs like Chameleon. Harvey Mason is one of the most recorded drummers of all time. This song by I'm drawing a blank. What's her name? Minnie. This song by Minnie Riperton. This is Harvey Mason on drums. Mason laying down the funk. Harvey Mason also, for those of you who are into DAT recorders and programmed drums, Harvey Mason was also one of the original drummers that a lot of your programmed drum sample sounds of the 80s and the 90s, that was actually Harvey Mason in the studio playing that. So that's just a small sample of the profound greatness of Harvey Mason. And his son is now CEO of the Recording Academy. So that DNA is now going into a lot of the decisions that are being made. So I hadn't even played some of Harvey Mason's. Harvey Mason's played on everything. He's played on everything. One of the original the original drummer for the Headhunters, Miles Davis. I mean, everybody. Michael Jackson. So we see that change, and since then we've seen he's brought a certain level of credibility and respectability back to these award shows, because they were really getting out of hand in the mid 2000s with these awards that they were handing out. That white boy winning over Kendrick, what's that boy Macklemore winning over Kendrick? Like, remember all that shit? What's up, Toria Rain? What's up, Mama Zeke, CT? And again, I'm sorry for being rude. What's up, chat room? Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 chat room. Thank y'all for joining. Make sure you retweet and send out the like, hit the like button. Make sure you pass this around and hit the like button. So let's keep going. So that's what we established with what's going on with the Grammy Academy. So the reason why we're having this discussion is because although I don't value the Grammy so much, because the Grammys still to this day, even yesterday's award show, they don't award the best music overall. But they do get it right sometimes, and they got it right a lot yesterday. This is showing the direction the industry is going. Remember, I told y'all a long time ago that AI is taking over pop. Pop is getting ready to go AI full stop. And that's going to take out artists like Drake, artists like The Weeknd, and people like these type artists. So the direction music needs to go is the direction of independent artists and artists releasing music that's true to your heart. Releasing music that's true to your region, true to your area. Because real art is genuine and from the heart, and it's personal. And Kendrick just won 5 Grammys on personal music. Yes, it was a diss song, but it was straight up West Coast. It was very black, because those of us who are Black Americans definitely understood the assignment and understood the message of the song, They Not Like Us. talking about these people who imitate the culture like Drake. Drake represents the people who imitate black culture. Full stop. Now, others have taken that, and that's the beautiful thing about art. You can reinterpret it into whatever you want it to believe. But we understood the difference between they and us. Because we got to always remember, they not like us came on the heels of Drake saying you rapping like you trying to free the slaves. Always take things back into his context. That's why I could make that conclusion. Because Drake said in the previous song, you rapping like you trying to free the slaves. And then Kendrick went ahead and broke down slavery in Atlanta. You got to understand, he debunked that whole Chinese built the railroad myth in a song that just won 5 Grammys. A history lesson on blackness, calling out pedophilia, calling out these people who imitate and cosplay us every day. Understand this is a foundation of Black American theme song. This was LA. This wasn't done in New York where y'all can say, oh, well, it had influences by... No, nigga, no. This was influenced by black people, niggas, Negroes, niggers. Nigga, that was the only influence. This shit was influenced by black folks and by niggas. That's who influenced. Classy niggas, niggas. It's the only influence of this song. It was made in a region where can't nobody come bite off of it and say, no, it's Jamaican. You couldn't say it's Latino. This song was nigga. This song is nigga. This reminds me of a tweet. This is a Facebook post that I put up a couple years ago. Look. And I've been saying this longer on this channel. I said this is 2022. This is coming up on 3 years ago. We live in interesting times musically. Black artists from EDM to house, blues, jazz, metal, rock, and country are reclaiming our sound. The mother is returning to her original archetype. And that's why I created my Black American music family tree. To remind, and I said that, I caught it. And so this year's Grammys, 3 years after I put that post up, is my words and what I said, what I got through download, because I definitely got that through download, is coming true. Because you got Beyonce winning Country Album of the Year. You got a completely black song winning Song of the Year, Record of the Year. And you got black artists up and down the list reclaiming our sounds. Hey, look at this cap right here. Hey, Sean G. The Big Steppers also won awards. Did you forget? Did you forget that? No one forgot that Kendrick won Pulitzer Prizes. What are you talking about? You must be from New York. You must be from New York. You got a song that's about Black Americans and you got some Negro over here trying to throw some shade. No, nigga, calm down. Kendrick makes music for people that understand music is more than about 2 weeks of streams. Nigga, All Right was the song of the rebellions of 2020. 5 years after it dropped. She said, don't give us him. Y'all got enough goofies. My bad. So this was a rebuke of this groupie culture that's come into music, that's dominated music. Kendrick winning is a rebuke of that. It's a rebuke. It's a rebuke. And that takes us now to the list. Let's go down to the list of Grammy winners. Oh, before we go to the list of Grammy winners, go to DWANNB.com. It is Black History Month. And a lot of y'all who bought stuff for Christmas time, you all got a coupon in your email. People who bought things from me before, you all have a coupon code. If you bought things from me before, you already know what that coupon code is. Please don't share it, but feel free to use it during Black History Month. Get your black, we got to remind folks, black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Get that shirt right now. If you've bought things from the past, from me in the past, you have a coupon code. That coupon code is active all month. But I'm on this Black History Month sale is only for the people who are like, it's a sale going on, but it's a coupon code that's been sent to everyone who's bought from me before. And you can use that coupon code again. If you have any issues, email me, but it shouldn't be any issues. All right? Willie Mae said, Pan-African mad as hell at Kendrick. But this is our music, and we're reclaiming it back genre by genre by genre. Here we go. Yeah, Sean, the Pulitzer Prize does give credibility because it agrees with rap listeners. Those of us who understand music. Now you niggas who like fuckboy lyrics and niggas humming in your ear like Drake, you must like nigga. People who are fanboying out over Drake, they just like niggas who hum in their ear. You niggas, yeah, if you like a nigga humming in your ear or mumbling or rapping about freeing the slaves, then you guys' opinion, yeah. The Pulitzer Prize is definitely more valuable than your opinion. The rest of us who understand beautiful lyricism agree with the Pulitzer Prize. Yes, Javi, the Black American Music Family Tree is a poster. Come on down on the website. Let me show you. I'm glad you asked. It's a hanger. You see there's a hanger right there. We can go paper. I should reorganize this website a little bit more. That's what I should do. We got the poster. We got the framed tree. We have it framed. We have it non-framed. We have it on a canvas. And maybe I should just go back and reorganize my website. That's probably what I should do. You see here, it's on a paper. And it's also on the canvas. My favorite is the canvas. Different sizes. You get the Black American Tree. And if you've shopped with me before, you got the coupon code in your inbox. And for those of you on the email list, I will resend you the coupon code. The coupon code is going to be, if you don't have it, I'll send a mass email out later today for people who are on my but those only people on my email list. Email and text. I'm not giving that shit out online right now. If you're part of email and text, you'll get a coupon code too. All right. But you got to sign up for the email, and I'll send you an email real soon. All right? So, but let's go back to the winners. Let's go to the winners. We got to start off by saying, that I didn't watch the whole Grammys, but I did watch the highlights. That tribute to Quincy Jones in a lot of ways was god-awful. I got to say that. That was not worth. Quincy Jones got to be rolling over in his grave with that Cynthia Erivo, Janelle Monáe matchup bullshit-ass celebration. I love my man Herbie on keyboard on piano, but man, Cynthia Erivo, if you don't get this old non-soulful cat squealing ass tribute to Quincy Jones the fuck out of here. Goddamn. Cynthia Erivo looked like a bald cat. Don't she? She looked like a shaved cat. With that squealing ass voice. That shit was horrible. And Janelle Monáe, that Michael Jackson was terrible. I mean, where was the singing? She did not hit one note. See, this is where the music industry screwing over people like Chris Brown fucked up. How is Chris Brown not playing Michael Jackson? See, when you try to push the black man out, you end up with these frauds. And the black woman, by the way. I think Janelle Monáe gets so many looks because she identifies as whatever one of those sexes that Donald Trump no longer recognizes. You're back to being a woman. I don't know how. I'm just sorry. I don't know how Janelle Monáe ends up in so many. I don't know how she ends up on so many awards. And she is, and no disrespect to her at all. She's got the dopest ass agent ever to fucking live on the planet. Because when it comes to black entertainers, Janelle Monáe, God. U.S. Blue said Janelle Monáe is DEI's poster child. I agree with that. No disrespect to her, but I know my black women, and I've seen ladies in talent shows that can out sing and dance her. Hell, you can get your average chick in a choir can do. Man, I don't know what the fuck. And Cynthia Erivo, man, if you don't get that Nate McMillan looking broad out of here. Oh my, and her voice is annoying. Yes, she can sing pretty good, but come on now. When I was a kid, we had beautiful black women we got to look at that was straight. They weren't identifying as 15 different sexes like Janelle Monáe. And they didn't look like Horace Grant, Cynthia Erivo. Shit. I mean, we had Tracy Spencer when I was a kid. We had T-Boz, Chili. We had TLC. We had SWV. We had In Vogue. Man, we had some hitters when we was kids. Man. Now these motherfuckers got DEI singers, Janelle Monáe and Cynthia Erivo. So I gotta start off by saying that was a fucked up tribute to Quincy Jones that y'all did. Because y'all went and got the least amongst us to celebrate the greatest that we have. Yeah, Shantae Moore. I mean, you had, what's her name? Karen White. Man, whatever happened to Karen White? She's still out there too, looking fine as hell.
You'd rather read the paper and you don't want to talk. You like to think.
Man, Karen White? Come on now. We got Stephanie Mills. we got some for real singers. We got what we had singing like that, and they put them Cynthia Erivo. I mean, ain't Patty Austin still alive? We had Cynthia Erivo sing, and we didn't, and we could have easily had Patty Austin up there.
Thinking back in time when love was only in my mind, I realized
she's still here with us. That's how you know some bullshit going on with our music. That's how you know some bullshit going on with our music. Yeah, Angela Winbush. I mean, we could have had some. We could have had Angela Winbush. She's still here. And still can sing her ass off too. Patti LaBelle, but they gave us Cynthia Erivo. I mean, we could have Cynthia Erivo. My God. All right, I'm sorry. I'm distracted. Let's go to the list of winners. Yeah, Shanice, Regina Bell. God, I'm not sure if Regina King can sing, but she did a good damn job in Rape. I would have given her a shot before Cynthia Erivo. All these, and that's some DEI shit. Cynthia Erivo. We got all these black women, ladies of soul, and they gave us Cynthia Erivo. DEI. Shantae Moore can sing better and she way finer. Come on now, she's still with us, and we got Cynthia Erivo. Okay, let me stop complaining. I'm sorry, chat room. When you know me, when I get into my music, I just go into a whole nother world. I go into a whole nother world when I get into my music. I'm sorry. Could have had CeCe Winans, Yolanda Adams, one of the Clark sisters, Karen Clark Shields, Michelet. Goddamn. Shirley Murdoch is still around here somewhere. We could have had Shirley Murdoch. See, there's a lot of women whose careers didn't go far because they didn't have the best looks. You mean tell me we didn't have that? We didn't have that?
I would never want to hurt her. No. She never.
That's how my black women sing. The fuck is Cynthia Erivo? All right, let's get to it. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about all these black women that could have sang. I'm thinking about all these black women that could have sang that. Whose careers didn't go as far because, this from her own unsung. They didn't like her look, But we got Cynthia Erivo. Look worse than the goddamn... This motherfucker... If Oxtails was a human, it would be Cynthia Erivo's head. And I say this because the shit she talk about black Americans. She's like she never apologized for the shit that she said about black Americans. So I don't feel no way, shape, or form. I'm not going at black women when I go at Cynthia Erivo because of the shit she said about black Americans. Fuck out my face with that bullshit. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, this is the list of winners. Beyonce won for Cowboy Carter, Album of the Year. Her first time, I think the first time she won Album of the Year. I was hoping Andre 3000's New Blue Sun won. Yeah, Lettucey could have played. I got too many names. Layla Hathaway. I mean, there's just so many names. We be here all day trying to name the names of black women that could have sung over Cynthia Erivo and Janelle Monáe. They make black talent look mediocre, those two. Those two make black talent look mediocre. But back to Beyonce winning. I was hoping New Blue Sun won, but Cowboy Carter winning was a sort of a slap in the face to the Country Music Awards and to the CMT, the country music people, for rejecting Beyonce. See, this black folks is where we can always play that line, play that schism between liberals and conservatives. I'm sure this win, and not to minimize Beyonce's win, but a lot of it has to do with, a lot of this win has to do with the liberals spotting the conservatives. Joy could have sang. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep going back. Joy could have sang. Don Robinson. Remember Don Robinson from Lucy Pearl and In Vogue? Where was she at? Yeah, Cynthia Erivo and Janelle Monáe make they're making the black sound look mediocre because you can find white women to sing like them. You can find white women to sing like those two. Yeah, Jill Scott. But this was to spite, in a lot of ways, was to spite the CMAs and those conservative white folks, which I'm all good with. But Beyonce having the most Grammys of all time, in a lot of ways, Beyonce's okay. She's not on the level of the women that we just named, but she's always had the grace of the industry. She has the industry's backing. Beyonce does. And she came up at a time that your real black singers were X'd out. Beyonce was allowed to survive when Shantae Moore, Deborah Cox, Blue Cantrell, Tweet, and those black women were for the most part forcibly removed because rhythm and blues was defunded, and that those rhythm and blues budgets went to hip hop. So hip hop and Beyonce and Usher and Chris Brown, they're the beneficiaries of a rhythm and blues industry that, for the most part, X'd out the best rhythm and blues talent. Yeah, Mickey Howard, you have to understand that those power singers of the late 80s into the 90s, they were forcibly removed from the industry. We must never forget that. Singing didn't go anywhere. In the late 90s, we went to the whisper era. In the mid to about 96, 97, that's when all the women started whispering instead of singing. And from there, the great singers got pushed to the back. So that's why Beyonce, Chris Brown, Usher, and everything after that, exists. And those budgets that were in rhythm and blues, that was for Eric Darius, Frank McComb. The budgets that existed for these rhythm and blues artists of the early 2000s, Joy, what's her name? LaToya Luckett. The budgets that existed for these singers all got shifted over into hip hop. And for that deeper story, you're going to have to subscribe to my Patreon. And for those of you on Patreon, I can check the numbers and see what y'all watching. Y'all ain't, I know y'all be wanting a whole bunch of new stuff, and I'm giving y'all new stuff on Patreon all day. But y'all got to go back to them archives on Patreon if you're on Patreon. You got to go back to the archives because I broke things down in a way on Patreon that I can't keep up on YouTube. Some stuff I did on YouTube years ago that got struck and shit, and I was able to pick it back up. So for those of you who follow me, when I had like 2,000 subs, I did some of this stuff. But YouTube took a lot of that shit down because this before my channel was small. So when my channel was small, I would say it still is small, but my channel was a lot smaller. I said a lot more things that I had to since take down because YouTube censored them. All that stuff is up on Patreon. And I also have my Destruction of Black Music series. So if you want details on what I'm talking about regarding how Beyonce, Chris Brown, The Weeknd, Usher, and that whole class of artists was able to thrive, it came at the suspense of everybody else in rhythm and blues. And that's why I'm so happy with this year's Grammy Awards, because a lot of your real rhythm and blues artists are coming back and a lot of your singers are coming back. But y'all got to go to my Patreon for details. And I have hours of content on that. If you just signed up for my Patreon last week, nigga, you're going to be watching that shit for the next 3 weeks. If you want to know these breakdowns, because that's how much content I have up over there right now. Yahweh said Tashina and Tisha would have done a better job. Hell yeah! Man, that Quincy Jones tribute? What? Man, have Tashina Arnold do a Quincy Jones tribute. What? Tisha Campbell with them mega voices that they got? Shit. Got a super chat from Nicole Smith. Yeah, Luke James, Tamia, Bilal. Yeah, Bilal. Hell yeah, Bilal. Man. Please. Please. But y'all got to sign up for the Patreon because that shit goes way deeper on Patreon. I break all this stuff down. So let's go further down. Record of the year. Kendrick Lamar. And look what he was up against. He was up against the sorry-ass, bland-ass Beatles, Beyonce's Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, and Post Malone. He was up against all the white people's favorites. Yeah, BJ Chicago Kid. I like BJ Chicago Kid. Kendrick Lamar won against white people's favorites. See, they're not like us. Although it's a foundational Black American theme song, every group gets to take it the way they want to take it. And they here, America, in Donald Trump's America, in trade war having ass America, going at a Canadian. Yeah, boy, shot. This is a true paradigm shift. Yeah. This is a paradigm shift for a song that black. Think about it. They tell us that message music, yes, it's a diss song, but they also, it's true West Coast fashion because it's a diss and it's a message. The same way in No Vaseline, Ice Cube had that line, because you let a Jew break up my crew, where he had that one little line to talk about how black people allow others to come up between us, in between us. This is crazy. This is crazy. Somebody came in here late. This dude Jarrell came in here late. No, Jarrell, no. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong one. No, that was right. You know, yeah, white people do love authentic black music. Everybody loves authentic black music. That's a trick that niggas get they shit played. Like niggas get they shit twisted, thinking, "Ooh, I gotta be like them." No, I learned from this Jewish dude years ago. This like 2011, 2012. This old Jewish man that used to give me a lot of business that I used to work with, and he asked my opinion on something, and I gave him a 90%. You know, this is when I truly realized, okay, you know, there is no fear of being 100% authentic. I gave him most of it, but I kind of held back a little bit. And you know what he told me? Al told me, he said, DeWANN, when I come for your opinion, I want to know what's real. He's like, let me tell you something. People can detect when you back off. And nobody respects anybody who backs off. You stand 10 toes down, especially in that subject of race. And he told me that flat out. He was like, because we see all the time when these people come in, when we ask a certain question. He said, if a non-black person, if a Jewish person, if a white person asks you a question about race, half of it is to see if you're going to stand on it or not. And the minute you back off in a little bit of way, people think a certain way. Don't ever back off. I was in my late 20s. People respect the real. People respect the real. And this was a show of it. Song of the year. Look who he's up against. White people and Beyonce. Beyonce is the black person that white people give themselves permission to like. So you can almost categorize her with them. Because white people always got to have one black person that they just love. That's Beyonce. But not like us one against the white people. Whatever this thing is, won Best New Artist. This is where the DEI part comes in. They're gonna have to push theirs to the top. You know, songwriter and all this stuff. It's always gonna be them. This is their stuff. White people write a song about a rose withering in the night, and that'll be it's so profound. Bitch, it was 30 degrees. What else is that rose gonna do? You know, this is the DEI part of the Grammys right here. Pop, yeah. Billie Eilish, yeah. Okay, yeah. Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, yeah. This is the DEI section. Pop vocal, yeah. Taylor Swift. This is all DEI, you know. Witchy by K-Tronada is actually a pretty good song. I didn't know it was nominated. But here you go. Best pop dance. Yeah, dance music is black music. But yeah, they always put them other people. This is for all the DEI people. For them to do all these other areas of black music and us not get acknowledged, you know. DEI, DEI, DEI. You notice they have categories for rock and metal, but nothing for funk. DEI, 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 more DEI, more DEI, more DEI. Best R&B performance. That was made for me live on BT by Mooney Long. She's out of Florida. From what I get, she's foundational. From what I understand, I didn't see anything that said she wasn't. This song, I didn't agree with this one. Best traditional R&B for it. Now, one I agree that it wasn't like they didn't have a token white dude, but it wasn't no Sam Smiths in this. But I like, I like Lucky Day. But the song that won is this song right here. I don't think a song that uses auto-tune should ever win anything in traditional R&B because there's nothing traditional about auto-tune. Rhythm and blues, you gotta fucking use your own goddamn voice. I think once you use auto-tune and plastic instruments, you should already automatically be X'd out of best traditional R&B. Now you can have a modern R&B award, but traditional, I thought that was kind of chicken shit. But the song my favorite song of the year actually R&B was Layla Hathaway's "No Lie" with Michael McDonald. This was like my favorite. This was one of my favorite songs this year. No, here we go.
Way we shine, we make it look easy. The whole world could fade away. We still
heard that change. Ooh, I love Layla Hathaway. That song, "No Lie," I thought that was the best R&B song of the year. I wish that would have won. But at least we got some black artists that are being nominated. At least. No, Zapp and Roger used vocoder. Vocoder and auto-tune are two completely different things. Auto-tune, you just sing into a mic, the computer does the rest. Vocoder, you have to actually be able to play the keys. And still, Herbie Hancock was using that before Roger Troutman. And that's still a more modern form. Traditional rhythm and blues. Rhythm and blues goes back to the 40s. The first time the vocoder was used by Herbie Hancock was 1978. And those were also offshoots. Those were not, there was never, even at that time, they weren't primary. Zapp and Roger used no form. That's a slick word. No. You're not gonna. I see what you say. I'm not gonna lie. That's cool, man, Major. But now you can't back out of that. Vocoder and auto-tune completely different. Auto-tune, you gotta have skills. You still gotta sing. You gotta sing and you gotta be able to play keys. Auto-tune is literally that. And you literally just sing into the mic and it auto does everything. You can do auto-tune with your fingers crossed. You can go and it's gonna do everything else. At least with the vocal order, if you go nigga, you gotta hit that. You gotta go you dig? But still, that still wouldn't be traditional. Traditional rhythm and blues is a natural singer. I still wouldn't have a vocoder in traditional R&B. But don't conflate the vocoder with autotune. No. And the vocoder was used very rarely. Autotune, today's rhythm and blues artist is using autotune as a crutch. Like almost everybody's using autotune now. Like that's a crutch. Vocoder wasn't a crutch because vocoder you still had to learn something. Autotune you ain't gotta learn shit. You just sing them words on the paper. You just go and goddamn the autotune do everything else. Big difference. Big difference. See, that's why people got to know the difference between. This is where learning the use. This is where America not teaching statistics in as a regular part of your common your regular education fails us. Because when you understand that, okay, you have 200 people doing this, and then 2 doing that. You know what that teaches you? If 200 people are doing one thing or 400 people doing one thing and 2 people doing something different, that's called outside of the standard deviation. That's outside of the bell curve. When things fall outside of the bell curve, you call that what? An anomaly. So if traditionally all of the singers use their voice and you have one Roger Troutman over here using the vocoder, you have a Herbie Hancock using it on one album, you got Stevie Wonder using it on Hotter Than July, I Ain't Gonna Stand For This. One song, by the way, not even a whole album. That's called an anomaly. Anomalies don't change the point of a subject. Now, in today's world, you have 50 R&B singers and 30 of them are using auto-tune. It's no longer an anomaly. It's now what we would call in the norm. So don't think you're just going to come in my chat room and, Dwan, I got you. Because you named one person out of 1,000. I shouldn't have to explain this. So, best R&B song, SZA. No white person. That's a good thing. Yes, it is fair to blame Cher for auto-tune. She was the first person to use it. She couldn't sing, so they had to create a machine to make it seem like she could sing. This is what made me happy right here. The best progressive R&B album. Why Lord, Why Law by Anderson .Paak and Knowledge. That's been my favorite album all year. That was actually my personal album of the year was Why Lord by Anderson .Paak. And Avery Sunshine, So Glad to Know You. She is traditional R&B. Avery Sunshine sings her ass off. And if you ever want to hear some singing, go to an Avery Sunshine concert. If you want to hear some singing, go see Avery Sunshine. That woman can sing her motherfucking ass off. And I went to go see her last year. And she likes the roots. Like, it's like church when you go to her shows. She be setting that motherfucker off something vicious. She be setting that motherfucker off something vicious. Ain't Major, that wasn't, what I said wasn't directed at you, brother. That was in general. That last thing I said about, that was in general. Like Jermaine Jackson said, don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. Don't take it personal. Yeah, autotune isn't real music. I respect the vocoder. I respect the talk box. I respect the vocoder in the talk box. Because that talk box requires skill. I respect that. I don't respect the autotune. What's up, Dexter Robinson? Welcome back. One of my mods had your ass banned. Hey, which one of my mods banned this dude? I was going through like the block ban list on YouTube the other day, and I saw this whole receding hairline ass nigga up in there. Who did that? Dexter's good people. Don't ban mods. He be saying unfunny jokes every now and again, but Dexter's good people, man. Don't ever ban this dude. Although he looked like one of those bullets on Super Mario Brothers. Remember Mario Brothers 1? That nigga like one of them bullets on Mario Brothers. Look at him. Hey, Quan, don't don't block him. Don't he like one of them? Don't Dexter, my man Dexter, like one of them bullets. Remember the bullets on Mario Brothers? And don't ban the bullet from Mario Brothers. No, let that brother live. Glad to see you back in the chat room. I'm glad you didn't take it personal. I'm glad you didn't take it personal. That's what I like around here. People that don't take it personal. Because I talk shit. And we talk shit. But it ain't personal. Ain't none of it personal. Alright, so back to what we was talking about. Back to what we was talking about. You said, what about the top operator? Man, T Nava is the shit. Is that the real T? That ain't the real T Nava right there talking. I see you got T Nava's name in your profile. Man, T Nava's the shit. T Nava a cold motherfucker from the Free Nationals. I fucks with T Nava for real. Y'all know what he's talking about. He's talking about this T Nava right here.
The Free National. You don't know me now.
It's T Nava. I fucks with T Nava. That nigga talented. I fucks with T Nava. That boy. I love the Free Nationals. Nigga. Sweet Gidget. That's my shit right there. Yeah, Southern Soul should have its own category at the Grammys. But don't go that far, Adid. Southern Soul did not keep real R&B alive. It helped, but you cannot forget Philadelphia and LA. Philadelphia and LA kept real R&B alive before Southern Soul got big. And Houston with Robert Glasper. Dallas with Roy Hargrove. Philly with Jill Scott. Dallas with Erykah Badu and RC and the Grits. LA with Terrace Martin and Alex Isley. Philly with Music Soul Child. So R&B, Southern Soul played its part in keeping rhythm and blues alive, but it kept Southern Soul alive. Like it's a lot of non-mainstreamers that kept Anderson .Paak kept real R&B alive. Jasmine Sullivan, J-Mo, Jarris Mosey. These are the people. These are the people, all right? Yeah. Yeah, that T Nava, that motherfucker cold as hell with the Free Nationals. I met that nigga one time at J-Mo's when J-Mo was doing his shit in Long Beach. He played the keys. That story y'all told me was hilarious too. But let's keep going. Chris Brown won. I'm glad Chris Brown won an award because of all the shit that they have him under. But R&B, I think that Chris Brown sound with all that autotune, that should be something different. It should be called like pop R&B. Like pop R&B and R&B should be two different categories. Because there's no way in hell Chris Brown should have been in the, and Usher should be in the same category with Layla Hathaway. Vanta Black by Layla Hathaway, if you ask me, was the best R&B album of the year. Vanta Black. But she's been put up against Chris Brown. See, this is what happens when you go back up here. When you go up here, you see they have all of these different, for pop, Chris Brown should be up in that pop. And because Chris Brown's pop was better than all this white shit. That should have been up there. Snow Way should have been in the same category as Layla Hathaway. No way. Yeah, Kim, you said Kim is a new outro. How did you find your way back to my life? Yeah, you're right. Oh, the enunciating ass nigga. Yeah. Kim over enunciating ass do be sounding like Al Jarreau. This is what I mean by black people taking over. Eminem was for that sorry ass album was nominated. And Cardi B was nominated for that sorry ass song. And Tether Rock was nominated. Although the music he did with Common was pretty goddamn good. But you got Tether B, Tether Rock, and Tether and M. 3 hip-hop tethers that lost to the real deal. Not like us beat out the hip-hop tethers. And I like that. Best melodic rap. See, I'm glad that Rhapsody and Erykah Badu are two of my favorites. And I got this song the day it downloaded. This song right here. I don't like it going into melodic because it's auto-tuned.
Not afraid to show my insecurities like Issa. Right. Love me. On Bill Street, your knees weak for my cocoa. Brown skin with kicks just like Tabo.
This is the one that won, but I'm glad it won. But Erica's using, and Erica's my favorite, but she's using way too much auto-tune. I think it should be some kind of rules in place when it comes to these awards with auto-tune. Like the people who use their natural voice should be in a separate category from people who use auto-tune. But that's a personal thing of mine. I love that song because I'm so glad Rhapsody. Remember, Academics got mad at Academics. Old hoe ass got mad at. He always fighting women. Remember, he said that bullshit about Rhapsody, and she came back and won a Grammy on his old punk ass. Think about this shit. While Academics is about to go down for being a fucking weirdo file, I said weirdo file. Rhapsody winning Grammys. Think about that for a second. Anytime I hear Kim's name, I say, girl. Anytime you hear Kim, girl. Girl. Don't nobody say girl like Kim. Girl. I can't stop loving you. Shit. You know?
Sun was shining, and I can't stop loving you.
Girl. That nigga can be over enunciate everything. That nigga over enunciate everything, boy.
Love's calling your name.
Yeah.
It's calling.
Girl.
From the dark, babe. A little way out to run, girl.
Girl. Girl. Girl. Every time I hear Kim, I hear girl. Girl. You can say who needs speaking spell when you have Kim. Right. And girl. And then best rap song. But I thought that was really dope. Kendrick beating out Tethering them, Cardi B Tether, and Pete Tether Rock. Best rap album. J. Cole, you cannot win because you acted like a whole hoe in that beef. And I'm not talking about the apologizing part. I'm talking about that bullshit ass song you came back out with in November, talking about, well, I could have said something, but man, sit your ass down. You're gonna back out, J. Cole. What the part we didn't respect was you coming back, talking about what you could have did, what could have went wrong. If shut the fuck up. So yeah, you can't win, nigga. It was good to see Kanye at least nominated for one. Like that with Future and Metro Boomin. Another Drake diss that was nominated. And Glorilla, I don't know how the fuck she became nominated, but Kendrick beat out Bullshit Hip Hop and Tether Hop. Yeah, Jasmine, a fully clothed, dark-skinned black woman won. That's another message. Fully clothed black women that are talking about more than just a bunch of little bullshit. One. Now, I'm not dissing J. Cole. Look, you got to understand. I come from the old school of black men where we call a ball, strike a strike, and whole shit. Okay, J. Cole, you backed off. That was kind of, you threw a shot first, though. You've been throwing subs at Kendrick for a long time. You was throwing subs. Kendrick come back with a direct shot. Bah! Then you come with some stuff. Oh, I'm going to pull back. That was questionable, but okay. Your years of throwing subs at Kendrick, okay, we'll ignore that. You backed off. Fine. But don't come back when the dust settles trying to be friends with Drake, talking about what you could have said and what you could have did with Kendrick. That's whole shit. No matter how you feel about somebody. And it needs to be called out. Period. Period. And here go more DEI wins. More DEI. Country, more DEI. I'm glad Cowboy Carter won. Americana. DEI. Latin pop. That is DEI. Latin album DEI. I'm glad Dave Chappelle won for best comedy album. Audiobook. I thought George Clinton should have won And Your Ass Will Follow. They doing their best to see. George Clinton still hasn't won a straight up Grammy, so that lets you know overall that the Grammys are DEI awards. George Clinton has none for his music. He has like lifetime achievement awards, but it's for the most part a DEI award ceremony. Kendrick, he beat DEI Eminem, DEI Taylor Swift. So Kendrick, for best music video, beat some more DEI artists out. So as we see here, the Grammys got some stuff. They got some stuff right. Although I will never back off my stance that the Grammys are DEI awards for awarding any non-black artist they can find doing black music. But let's go back to this terrible ass performance. Talk about Janelle Monáe is classic DEI. Let's get a black woman that fits all of the gender boxes, dress her up like a man, and put her in situations she does not belong in. She can't sing. What is? She looked more like Michael Jackson's Monkey Bubbles playing Michael Jackson than she do Michael. They could have had Alfonso Ribeiro come out and do his Michael Jackson Pepsi Generation dance. Are y'all that mad at Chris Brown? Let's see. I don't even know how to spell her name right. It don't even matter. Oh, they took it down. They took down her performance. Oh, here it is. Listen to this shit. Boring ass British notes. And why does she look like Eddie Jones, the former Laker? Number 6. This is terrible. Let's compare that to the real deal. Let's compare that to the real deal. The white boy killed you on this. This is one of my favorite songs ever. Ooh, shit. Quincy Jones, you did your thing with Count Basie's band. That's that Basie band right there. When Quincy Jones was over Count Basie's band, man, nigga, that's some music right there. That's some music. I love that part, that crescendo. Then it drops off. Man, shit. We went from that. See, this is one of the things. We got Cynthia Erivo being the face, and this white boy just dusted her. You can't sing a white man song and not outdo the white man. You cannot do a white man song and let the white man outdo you. That's why I never liked Beyonce's version when Destiny's Child redid Emotion by the Bee Gees. That was a travesty. That shit wasn't nowhere near as soulful as the Bee Gees. And there it was, part of all the things you are. Oh, but who's the one you're holding to? Man, shit. You can't let that white man outdo you. You cannot. And speaking of Cynthia Erivo kind of look like a skinny TK Kirkland. If you think if Cynthia Erivo grew a goatee, no, what do y'all say? Man, hell yeah, Frank Sinatra got more soul than Cynthia Erivo. Man, what? Frank Sinatra was an Italian mobster gangster. Way more so. He dressed better. Please. Hell yeah, Frank Sinatra got more soul. Now when this is over, I'm about to listen to some Frank Sinatra. In other words, please be true. Yeah, like Cynthia Erivo, oh my God, like she gets thrown in our face. I'm like, I like my culture. I'm just like anybody from any other culture. When you see your culture being represented, you want to see the best of your culture, not some mediocre talent who's not from it that talks shit about your culture. And I don't apologize. But again, Oh, you been watching that documentary on jazz? Yeah, watch that 10-part documentary on jazz on PBS. It'll get to the nitty-gritty on what's going on. But that takes me to this other part I was going to say about TK Kirkland. And we're going to probably go, I'll probably do another live on this because I was going to talk about this on TK Kirkland on this show, but I'm so busy talking about this goddamn Cynthia Erivo. But let's go and touch on it. If Cynthia Erivo was a swole nigga with a goatee, she'd be TK Kirkland. Wouldn't she? Listen to this shit TK Kirkland said. And TK said that a man has to have a mental disorder to take care of another man's child. I want to know y'all opinion. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about what TK Erivo said? Are you mentally ill? I'm going to give you my opinion. And I'm going to say no. Now, I'm somebody, my whole life, I ain't raising nobody else's fucking kids. Even back when I was single. You had kids, I'm out the door. But I was also in my 20s when I was single. In my 40s, if I'm married now, but if I were single in my 40s, I would have a different stance than I had in my 20s. You know, I'm 25, hell no. You know, I'd have a different stance. I'd have a different stance now. But are you? But I don't agree. Because I've seen, you know, it's a lot of people out there who've had children. And it didn't work out for whatever reason with the person that they were with. I've seen plenty of situations to where step parents did okay by their children. And the children love them. Like I look at my dad. My dad was a step to my sister. And I was at my parents' house. I was with my sister and my dad yesterday. My sister and my dad are like inseparably close. Inseparable. And he raised her and I wasn't his child. And I've seen it. And in my household growing up, we weren't allowed to say step this or step that. We were brothers and sisters. I've seen it worked out in my own home. So I always get, see this right here. This is the word right here when this person when TK said that part. Our community, we don't talk about. You know, in our community, we've had plenty of men step up and raise children that weren't theirs. That's one of the beautiful things about our community. And women, my mom stepped up and raised my dad's son. To sit back and make a blanket statement like that, to me, I think is a little bit reckless. But TK could have had an experience. Who's to say his experience didn't lead him to that conclusion? He said that he did raise someone else's child. How did that turn out? Maybe it didn't turn out the best for him. So that was his, opinion on his experience. My whole point of view is on it is this: is black people. We got to stop attaching everything to what was wrong. Our community, black people. Look, man, stepdads come in every race, every culture, every part of the world. And there is no mental illness to do it. Some people just have a love that's beyond understanding. And if you're the kind of person to have a level of love beyond understanding, lean into it. You know, don't allow the heartbroken to dictate the pace of life. It's too many heartbroken people doing all of the talking. That's right, Jeffrey. Y'all, mental illness is a very strong word. This nigga Dexter said Cynthia Erivo looks like a shaved Master Splinter. I agree with that. But we can't make that a blanket statement. You cannot do that. Make it a case by case. Some people have levels of love that are beyond understanding. And if you're the kind of person that can love beyond the understanding boundaries of love, then you need to keep being you, keep doing you. Don't allow the stories of heartbroken people to define how the pace and how things should go. People are broken. The broken don't get to speak for everybody else. Now, if you choose not to raise somebody else's child, then I agree with that too. Me personally, I was never willing to put myself in that position. But I cannot call those people who are in that position crazy or mentally ill, because I've seen it work beautifully in my own life with my own siblings. You dig? Yeah, it does take somebody sure enough to raise their own children. I won't say most fathers aren't man enough to stay around. Most fathers do stay around and raise their children. We got to remember that, especially black fathers. Most are active in the children's life, even if they've broken up. Even if they've broken up with the mom, most fathers are still active. Most are. Let's not shade the majority, off of a narrative. Somebody said, why is TK? TK is relevant because he's an extremely funny comedian. And he's the father of all of your basically, anyone in stand-up now, basically after Eddie Murphy was TK Kirkland. So whether you're talking about Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, Dave Chappelle, they all look up to TK Kirkland. But TK had an issue, and he said it himself on Vlad TV, where a watch came up missing at Eddie Murphy's house. And yeah, he got the blame. And apparently, according to what I heard, the beatdown for it back in the 80s. And that, for the most part, stalled his career out. But TK Kirkland is a legend in the comedy game, so I'm not going to minimize him. TK Kirkland is a legend in comedy. One of the funniest people to ever live. This nigga must, hey, pay attention. You need to read your name and apply it to yourself. He said, so let me get this straight. The women having all of these bastard babies is fine, but when a man don't want to take responsibility for her, he's the broken one. Who the fuck said that a man is broken? Who said that? Who said a woman having a bunch of bastard babies is fine? Pay attention. What, nigga, you need to clean your goddamn ears out. See, that be the issue when you're a public speaker. You can be very clear and concise in what you're saying, but you're still going to have people who got the nerve to name themselves Pay Attention, not pay any goddamn attention to what you said. Who the fuck said it's okay to make a bunch of bastard babies? I never said that. Like, all I'm saying is this. I clearly said it's not a mental illness to want to raise somebody else's child. But if you choose not to raise somebody else's child, I also understand. That's all I said. So next time, pay attention. But that's with love and respect to you, Mr. Pay Attention, and everybody else in the chat. So as we see here, we've seen a lot of. Oh, I forgot to mention Tank and the Bangers. Tank and the Bangers won a Grammy. Salute to Tank and the Bangers. Hell yeah. Doechii. I'm so happy. So happy. Because this is good for their careers. I personally don't give a fuck about a Grammy. But for those artists that won, this is a beautiful thing. Yeah, Tank and the Bangers out of New Orleans. Straight up out of New Orleans. From what I understand, Doechii is Black American, yeah. When I looked up her family lineage, her parents both are from here, from what I saw, unless I saw something different. But it is so good to see Knowledge, Anderson .Paak, Doechii, even Chris Brown, because I like they've been trying to. Even though I do not like Chris Brown's music, he's a great entertainer. What I like worse, what I hate more, is the way they've been trying to do Chris Brown. And so for him to win a Grammy, the way they've been trying to box him out, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And rest in peace, Quincy Jones. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible tribute they gave you with Janelle Monáe looking like one of the Goldie twins on Meteor Man, and Cynthia Erivo looking like Blank Man. Damon Wayans as Blank Man. That was no way to send Quincy Jones out. No way to send him out. That was a horrible performance. It was unbecoming of such a legendary artist. It was so unbecoming of him. Q deserved better. Q deserved better. Shaka still sounded beautiful today. Jennifer Holliday. Go down the list. And they gave us Cynthia Erivo. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank y'all again for being here, for kicking it. I'm about to get on my barbecue grill. You know, I like getting on my grill. About to light that motherfucker up. And no call-ins today because I got to get on my grill. And I'm going to do this other channel, Black History of Rock and Roll, I'm doing an interview with them at 7:30, so I got to get on my grill right now. And but I'll open up the phone lines tomorrow. All right. Thank y'all again for listening. Book your card readings, but there are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. We out.